Welcome back to the Daughters of the Moon podcast. We're grateful that you can join us for another week.
We sure are.
And we are going to do our July readings for you. And this is our first time, I think, doing it live.
It is our first time getting live. It's exciting and nervous and everything. But fun too. Anyway, here we are. So anyways, I picked the Deep River. And the Deep River is from the Shaman's Dream. And it is done by Colette, Baron-Reid, and Alberto Villoldo.
I think that's
Is that
right.
properly right? I'm sorry if I didn't say it right. Anyway, so this one here is called the Deep Diver. It's called, is that the right way up? It is. Okay, it's embracing risk, diving into a task and new discoveries. Oh, we all want new discoveries, especially in the summertime. It's easy to play in the shallows where the waters are clear and you can see all the glitters by your feet. Anyone can venture here. There is little risk, nothing to discover, no dark secret, nothing that you can't already perceive. The treasure here has long been picked away, replaced by a gentle certainty. In the shallow river is safety and no surprises. But that's not who's calling you now. The deep river invites you to take the plunge within him. You can't see the bottom, but you must swim into the dark depths to find the mystery that eludes you now. He knows where the pearls lie beneath the ancient sands. You are called to look beyond the surface of things for your answer. Let your intuition propel you into the water, allowing your memories to swirl around you and the emotions as well, dwell up in your face at the unknown. Your curiosity will be your greatest guide. You will surely discover something wondrous to bring back to everything that has been waiting by the shore. But only you will truly know the value of your discovery. Are you willing to do the work? Dive in, make the commitment to see it through, and you'll be amazed. Oh, that's a nice card.
That's a really nice card.
Okay, let's see what we see in this card, Kim. Okay, now it's the mermaid diving into the depths is what I see with the card. And with the bubbles, to me, is always oxygen around you, receiving the energies, because without that, we would die, right? So when we go dive into the water, we still need to be holding the oxygen in our lungs in order to dive deeper into the depths to find out what we want. And I think that we're doing the same thing with our minds. Like when we have something we want to do and we're thinking about doing, but we always have the sort of neutral or the negative side of us that goes, well, really, should we do that? This card says, no, you're going to do it. You have to dig deep in order to get what you want. So close your eyes, go into that darkness, allow it to take you and do what it needs to do in order to make you see the path of what you should be traveling. And there is some, what do you call them? What do you call those things? Jellyfish. There's some jellyfish surfing around in there too. We know jellyfish too can also be like a negative thing in the water, but also if the deeper you go, the more you're going to find stuff like that too. They also do the surface. But I think what it's saying with that is pick all the different things that your mind's trying to tell you. And then that way, the sidewalk or where you need to go with it is a little more clear. It's like the yellow brick road sort of thing, right? You start seeing the traveling of where you need to go a little more clear, and you can get the answers that you're looking for. So it says that by the time you get out of the water and then everything you need is on the shore. So but when you see what's on the shore, it still tells you that you need to pick through that too, to make sure that what you're getting and what you're pulling out of that is actually what you're going to go and try to delve into. So it talks about new things coming in the future and that kind of thing. So that's a really good thing to do. Any task is a good task.
Absolutely. No, that was excellent. Yeah, I too see that the mermaid is diving deep into the water, and it's like she's taking a lot of creative ideas with her, because I see the oranges and kind of the dark yellows in there. And agreed, I think with the oxygen around her in the air, it's like take your deep breath and just go and do it, because we always need to start pushing ourselves to do these things. And I think the bubbles are helping her go down, but it is also like with the white in it, I also get it's like a connection as deep as she goes into doing this, she still has that connection to source with it.
Right.
And I agree with the jellyfish is they could be a negative and you could take them as that. And maybe there is some negative things around us when we start diving into something and wanting to create it. But at the same time, it's saying to me that by what she's doing, she's eliminating that fear of these things around her, which could be
Right.
in everyday life, just people wanting to attack us and hold us back from what we want to accomplish.
That's right. That's right.
And I think with the number 10 is really relevant because then it would be a 1 and that's new beginnings. So
I was going to say that.
So, these new tasks that we want to take on, it's just saying, take that deep breath and allow ourselves to connect and go for these things because now is the time to start going for them and just pish posh what everybody else is trying to say
That's
on
right.
the sides.
Because it's your task.
Yeah.
And when we dive deep into a task too, when we really like it and we really want to do it, then we'll take everything else out of the way anyway, in order to get where we want to go with that. Because we're trying to, it's a goal, right?
Yeah.
And we have to set those goals in our lifetime in order to keep us strong and keeping us going where we're going. So we follow our own shadows and what we want to do with that. Oh, I love that piece. I really got it from actually when I look back at the picture.
Yeah,
So,
it's beautiful. Beautiful card. Okay, so the next one, the first one that I chose, the next card is from the Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra and Taylor. And the card that I chose is Your Eternal Spirit, the Higher Self and Sacred Intuition.
Oh, pretty.
So it's upright. It says, people often define themselves according to the restrictions of their human bodies and mental and emotional patterns. They rarely focus on the unlimited power and value of their spirit. But if this is your approach, it only limits your happiness and your experience of value in the world. This card heralds a time of great spiritual value. You are at the point where you can finally awaken to the full and ever-present power of your eternal spirit. This is very real side of you preceded your present self, going all the way back to divine consciousness, the source of your true identity. Meditate on the sacred intuition of your inner voice and the radiant wisdom it brings. Let go of limitation and commune with your perfect sacred identity. The more you turn to the eternal spirit within, the more truth, beauty, and blessings will adorn your life. The affirmation is, my eternal spirit guides me in everything I do. I'm blessed with the unlimited value, power, and deserving of my soul.
Nice.
So that is really pretty.
It really goes with that
and
one,
I
too.
was just thinking, I was reading, I'm like, because like we always say, you can't make it up.
You can't
right?
make this shit up. No.
So to me, it really is about going within yourself. So she's sitting there in somewhat of a yoga mantra pose, and she's got her hands in a mudra, and she's calling in the spirits around her and the energy around her. And it's like she's really expanded her vortex and her energy field to bring in all of these things. And to me, it's really interesting. It's like we block sometimes the things that we need to hear. And this really almost reminds me of like sound vibrations coming out. And with the purple, and you can see it's almost like her aura of herself and her higher selves. And she's really tapping into those medicines. Well, I guess it is a medicine of sorts, into that meditation, right? And she's really calling on those higher selves of hers to be able to move forward in the world. And I think going with your card is like, right, we need to just kind of venture into this. And with that, we need to really be in alignment with ourselves. So
I agree.
With so much white too, it's like such a connection to source to me.
It is. I agree with you. It is. She is definitely into a yoga pose, into the yam of acceptance. And I think too is like the bubbles from the other card sort of thing. What she was talking about, the everything around it here is like the bubble. It's pulling it into you. It's letting your intuition be the best of you. You're pulling that in and you're accepting what the messages are that they're giving you and where they need to take. It's called channeling too, where lots of people don't think that they channel, and actually channeling is only paying attention to what's around you, and those information comes to you from that channel. So that's what she's doing, is she's channeling in and she's honing in on what she wants to do, her to be her higher self, to connect with her higher self. And it's interesting too, because what I'm getting with this too, and Kim has got it too, where she talked about her higher self coming into this. And I also picked up with that it's the inner child. So as we go with the inner child, to accept the inner child for intuition, because without the inner child and the acceptance of what it's been teaching us over the years, even though we've left it behind in most cases, when we connect back with our inner child, we connect back with all those issues that we need to be looking at in order to focus us and push us forward into life to gain the new knowledge that we're going to get. So yeah, it's a beautiful card, and it is about yourself and the intuition you're going to be receiving in the month of July, and what you should accept what's coming to you for the newness that's around it.
Yeah, I like how you said that with the inner child, because I think when we pull our intuition in and our path is being led out in front of us, we have to take all parts of us. So like you say, the inner child, our shadow side, our light side.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's really good. I love that. And I think too, it's the healing of our inner child too, right?
It is.
So, that's maybe something that everybody needs to work on, is some of their.
And I mean, and for the
healing.
full month of July, maybe that's something you're right, Kim, to think about, because when we heal the inner child, because the inner child walks along with us, and we heal the inner child, and the inner child can be at the same level we're at now, thinking and feeling and doing the things that we need now, and doesn't have to be left behind anymore.
Yeah.
Which is a higher intuition and brings our channeling into where we need to be going with that as well. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
They did go together. That is for sure. This card. This is a great card. This one here is called Archangel Power Tarot Cards. And it's done by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. I hope I didn't say that wrong. Anyways, the card that I picked with this.
I'm just going to pull it for you.
Oh, I was going to do that for you last time.
I know. Well, after you did it, I thought that looked awkward. I'll pull that card next time.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the number 19, and it's the sun. Now, when I see the sun, when I see a card, the sun in a reading, to me, it's all about the good things to come. So far the cards have talked about what we're going to be doing in July, and we're going to be asking for all these things to come forward for us. And with the sun backing it up, it tells us that we have that coming with us.
Yes.
Because it's right there with us. So anyway, I'll read the sun and just shush quiet for a minute.
She's moving ahead.
I was moving ahead. Okay. Life is wonderful. Great things are heading your way, and your plans will succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Keep your thoughts and your words positive, and you will thrive. Believe in yourself and those around you during this magical time in your life. Archangel Uriel brings brilliant epiphanies. I can't bear.
Epiphanies.
There you go. I said that totally wrong. And those who ask for his help, inspiring new ideas, lead the way to abundance and happiness. Public recognition or rewards are also very possible during this time. Additional readings of this card is happiness, a trustworthy relationship, understanding oneself, and personal satisfaction. Uriel is the archangel known for brilliant ideas that come in golden flashes of light. He is also associated with emotional healing and understanding. Call upon Archangel Uriel whenever you're searching for a sunny disposition that brings it with success and exuberance. What a beautiful card.
It is beautiful.
And beautiful card with the other two too, because it's talking about things coming for July, new things coming. Uriel is the one I call on for many different things. I use Uriel a lot, even when I'm doing my clearings in that, because it is about bringing the light in and allowing us to accept the things that are in front of us. I see him riding on a horse here, going into the where he needs to be traveling and seeking out what's best for him. And because the light is behind him so brightly, it says that he's walking into the sunshine of everything he wants to do that's going to bring him happiness and abundance. With his wings span like that, shows that he's happy upon his approach of where he's heading and wants to just keep going into that. And the horse too can't wait. The gate is open to the prance that it's got on its feet, that it's showing it's exciting and going into the new abundance that's coming in the month of July here. So please take that and call on Uriel, because Uriel is really good for bringing in a good day. If you're having sort of you woke up and it's whatever day, Uriel is a good one to call upon and say, like, I need your help today to bring me all the newness and all the clarity what I need as I'm passing into this day and into this month of July, and let me understand the clarity as I reach it. So it's a pretty good card. Sunflowers too are beautiful.
Yeah. And it's funny because I am a little bit of a sun worshiper.
She is.
Not sure if you can tell.
I am too, but she's more.
So for me, because of that, some of the messages that I'm getting through is, going outside and being in the sunshine and having that fresh air is so important for us. And I think in July, it's really important to get out there and just get that light into our lives, because so much of our lives, especially here in Canada, where we're from, is spent, so long in the darkness of the winter time.
Mhm.
It's time to start that. And I think it's not only saying that you need to take in the light, but you also need to be emitting your light out.
Yes.
And so by taking that in,
Good one.
you're going to be able to give that back out to everyone around you. To me, it's really interesting because Archangel Uriel, and he's riding this white horse, unicorny thing. But it's almost like the wings are a part of him, but they're also a part of the horse.
That's right.
Well.
That's right.
So it's like that communing with the source, right? So the white always means the source to me. So it's like he's bringing in all of these wonderful things for you to be able to take in. With the sunflowers and things like that around, I think it's just a reminder that, especially this month, but always, to take in those different things.
I'll do it for her too.
To take in the different things that we need to do, and look at all the awe and wonder in the world, because we so often get blinded to these things that are right in front of us that are so beautiful. And it just a reminder, I think, in July moving forward, to bring that sunshine, emit it out, and be grateful and look at all the wonderment. And
let it happen, because it's saying that it wants to do that.
Yeah,
it wants to bring out all the possibility of the new tasks that you want to put into hand. So and Uriel is the one that's going to help. It's neat with the sunflowers, and I find, because sunflowers have a tendency, when you look at them, to just make you feel happy.
Yeah,
they do. They have the yellow, and they're like these little big-eyed beauties looking at you.
Absolutely.
So if it makes you feel good, go get some.
Yeah, and with the horse being like a unicorn, no, that's okay. I was just thinking, with the horse being like a unicorn, it's like all kinds of magical stuff in your life. So I think July is going to be full of magical things for everybody, especially if we can let that light out within ourselves.
Acceptance, I think, is 100% of it, is accepting what is being given to you, and look up at the sun. I mean, I'm not saying look into it, because that's not good for our eyes. But look up into it and take the grace of it, because it is a grace that it's giving us. It's so beautiful and so warm on our face and body. It feels amazing. So
it absolutely does.
Nice card.
Okay, so the next deck I chose is Energy Oracle cards, again by Sandra and Taylor, and the card I chose is Envy, but upside down. So that might be a good thing, because it's probably better to have envy upside down.
Yes.
So this card reversed heralds a great time of joy and appreciation. Your choice to shift your focus from future longing to present gratitude creates a significant difference in your energy field. It moves out in a dramatic and radiant way to attract more to you. You know that you can keep your eye on future goals without losing sight of your present gifts. So continue to release any old feelings of envy or lack whenever those thoughts or emotions come up. You're well on your way to completely gratifying life, and your genuine acknowledgement of the value within and all around you will only keep drawing more value to you. The affirmation is, I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. I am glad.
Nice.
So what I see, because now it's upside down, so I'm going to actually turn around and then go from there, is a lady. And in this lady is standing there, and it's like in the upright position. To me, she's very much about kind of really almost being domineering over the people in her life, and really not being open to the people that are around her. So I think when the card is reversed, it's like she's more connected to the ground, and she's more connected to the good things that are going to be happening around her, and she's wanting to share those things, because it's like she's in this darkness right now and the light is outside, which kind of goes hand in hand with the sun in the last card, being that we need to let that sunshine come into us. And I think where it talked about in the card with the lack is, it's like, it almost looks like she has a bowl of money here. And it's like, sometimes we hold so tightly onto the things because we don't want to give it up, and we don't want to allow anything to come in and disturb our money and abundance and things like that. But the thing is if we come from, when we were just having this conversation this morning, is if we hold on to this sense of lack and this sense of, not saying go out and spend all your money, but if we hold so tight onto the fact of not having money, or things being too expensive, or not allowing that into our lives, not letting go of things when their time has expired for us, some things we get into our lives, and at some other point in our lives, it's time to let them go, regardless of where you got them, regardless of the sentimental feelings behind them. It's just time to let them go, because they don't align with you anymore. And I think holding on to those things for fear of not having anything else is really what we need to do this month, right? And I think that it aligns with the other cards, because it is really about going deep within yourself and allowing yourself to share this joy and happiness with everyone.
That's
right?
true. That's very, very true. And it's interesting because with this lady, she almost looks like she's part of a tree. And the tree to me always tells me you need to reconnect with the earth. Because if you don't, that's when things like envy and all those other things start coming up to you, because you don't feel like you belong. So when you don't feel like you belong, that's when things like envy come up, where, I wished I had that too, or whatever the case may be. Where if you sit back and you really think about it, and with the sun and everything else we've already talked about, you have all those things already. There's nothing to be envious about. You have them. It may not be in the same proportions that somebody else has, but doesn't mean that you can't have the beauty of it, and even more so than the person that already has it, because they might not even appreciate what they already have. So it just says, if you can let go of that, then you're going to see what the beauty is on the outside. All you have to do is take those steps to make it happen. And oftentimes when we find ourselves in a position upside down like that, we're afraid to keep walking. We're afraid to move out of the dark and into the light. And this is telling us, don't do that. Don't be that tree to stay solid. Right now, you need to be walking out and feeling the abundance of all the energy that surround us in the light. And leave all the darkness behind us, especially for the month of July. It's talking us to jump right in and dive into the waters to find out what we want. And this one here, she's got her hand up saying, I can do this. It's just a matter of doing it and finding that path you're trying to go after to make something happen that you've been procrastinating about. So no more procrastinating. It's talking the month of July is about. Yeah.
Right?
It's about moving forward, collecting the sun as we go, and radiating that energy out to everybody around us when we see it, because the more we push energy out to others, we get that back too. And we definitely want to be enjoying that into July, because that's our summer months, and we really appreciate that.
Absolutely. And two, when you were reading there, one thing I got too is that sometimes life puts us almost into a reversal, an upside kind of down thing, chaotic thing, because we need that to push us forward because we're stuck, right? So sometimes when we're so stuck in where we're going and what we want to do, and we're holding ourselves back, the world sometimes just creates this chaos a little bit just to push us forward to know what our true path is. So
And sometimes it leads us into a void where we become so stuck because we won't think about the brighter side of things. We get lost in that feeling sorry for ourselves and all that other stuff. And these cards have all been saying to us, no. There's no time for feeling sorry for ourselves in the month of July. The month of July is about moving forward or finding the tasks that are at hand, dealing with those tasks and finishing them off so that you can allow everything around you to open up and be exactly what you want it to be. So let it find you and go follow it out the door to the sunshine and get the things that you need to empower you, especially for the month of July. And this is going to just help you right into the fall time too, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Anytime we make those little small steps, I think it helps us just keep growing and opening ourselves up, right?
Because the small steps, they may seem small to some, but to some of us, they're damn big steps.
Absolutely.
And if we can recover and find our weaknesses and get stronger through that, good for us.
Yeah.
We're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Mm.
anyways, we hope you enjoyed your monthly reading for July, and please like, follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Check out our website if you want to book a reading or a healing. What else? Anything else I forgot?
No, just love and like us. We like that when you do that for us, please. And please follow us. I hope that we're giving you the things that you need to find your bliss and that kind of thing, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you find what's going to make you the best of you. Yep. And we have a lot more exciting guests coming. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Really exciting. Some repeats, some new ones. So that will be really nice. And if you want to be on our podcast, please reach out to us. Just drop us a email or DM us on any of our social media, and we will try to get back to you and book you in to have a podcast with us. Yes, that would be fun. All right. So have a magical month, and we will see you on the next podcast. You betcha. Looking forward to it.